Shaz Chowdhury, Pep Talk UK, joined by a British boxing East End legend. It's Kevin the Hammer Mitchell. How you doing, Kev?
Very well, thanks. Happy with a side now, mate. Yeah, all good.
Kev, do you know what? I look at boxing because I don't think you like me saying this, but like you, I'm a bit older than some of the kids these days. Ricky Hatton went around Manchester selling tickets. Josh Warren selling tickets. When I think about the East End and Essex, you're the first name that pops into my head. You were a proper ticket seller back in the day.
Yeah, it's probably at one point. I remember I thought Upton Park was one of the biggest ticket sellers in history. So yeah, and how I did it was like you couldn't do it no more. Like, if I had my young fighters coming up from the West Ham Boys Club, I'd rather them sell tickets and basically socialising in gyms, like PTing themselves and that. Where I was socialising in pubs, putting 100 tickets behind that ramp, 100 tickets behind that ramp, 300 tickets behind that ramp. And I say you'd go about like, hey, over there, I owe you £4,000. Tom over there, I owe you £5,000. I owe you 200 quid, and you'd go around. That's how it would be like. That's how me being me, I was always in pubs and that. That's how I did it.
With the way social media is now, like there's a lot more that happens on social media. Like the YouTubers are like getting famous off of YouTube, off of Insta, off of Twitter.
Yeah,
If you had social media back then, it would have just been mad, wouldn't it?
it would have been crazy. Do you know what it was though? Back then, like I remember Twitter weren't even out back then. Like Twitter had just come out like right at the end of my career. But like if it had been out back then, it'd have been so easy. You don't need to like promote yourself. I used to go out on West Ham football pitch and speak to the audience and things and speak to the crowds. But then after I'd speak to them in the audience, I'd be out on the pitch and that, and then they'd see me on the pitch and that. I'd be in the pubs with them after and things like that. And that's just the way I was. The way I am is the way I am. I've always been that way. I still drink in the local pubs and that. I'm that way in kind. Do you know what I mean? I eat in the local cafe. It's just what I'm like, I suppose. You couldn't like kids these days, they try and put a persona up with who they are and what they're like and that. But like, that is me being genuine. That's just me.
Now, as a Leeds boy, a Leeds fan, I really wanted to stuff you this season, the Hammers, but
One of the best mates is Leeds. One of my best mates is Brendan. He's from Leeds. He's a Leeds fan.
and do you know what? I'll go up and down the Barking Road and I'll get heckled by everyone on there. But you haven't really, considering you're what, fifth at the moment, you're not really giving it, are you? You look like you deserve to be there. What do you think of Moisey? What do you think of the season so far? Oh, Jesse Lingard.
Yeah, I think we've been doing well. I think Lingard's done well for us. I think he's been I think we've been flying. I think having no fans has helped us. I think it hasn't.
I've seen you at the bowling. I've sat 2 rows behind you because my mate's a season ticket holder, and everyone's just.
Yeah, I think because you just get stick over there, like they just give them stick, and I think the no fans been around. I think it's really helped us. But me and the boys will get together and we'll watch around someone's house and that. But like, I think having the no fans there, it's helped them.
What's the target? Europe?
I'm finger crossing Europe. Yeah, that's massive. Imagine us getting Europe. All my lifetime as a baby, getting in Europe is massive, isn't it? Yeah.
Kev, what are you doing now in terms of? I was just looking back. 2015-16 was your last fight. It's shocking how many years have gone. What I saw you doing coaching, some pad work with the boys at the Simsies gym. I've seen you behind doors with Conor Ben, warming him up for fight night before his fights. I've seen you in with a lot of the lads. But what are you doing on a day-to-day basis?
So what I did when I retired, the last 2 years of me retiring, Tony seems part of the seeding me, basically, without me realising what he was doing, was giving me a bit of guidance without him even saying it. He never said nothing. He obviously knew my thinking brain was good when it comes to tactics, because I made game plans up to obviously beat Prescott with Jimmy Tibbs, game plans to have the nares sussed. I'm good with tactics and movement and things like that. And Tony started helping me train the boys, but I hadn't retired yet. I was still boxing still, and I was training the boys. He'd go, well, I trained all my mates and that. And I retired. I was in the gym after I retired with Tony straight away, but I was on and off. I was letting them down. Then another year out, I come back down to Tony's gym. I spent about 2 years down there, training the boys and that. And basically, I was training Johnny Ryder. I was getting him right in shape, getting him ready. I spent about a good 8 to 10 months getting him ready.
Sorry, Kev,
Then I have to go.
on the shot. Your thing. Oh,
Sorry, yeah.
No.
So I was getting him ready, and that's for his basically they thought Johnny was shot, and basically that he was finished. And then basically, I thought there was ways of getting around him to make him throw more punches than what he was doing. I started getting him moving his head and slip and sliding, and to show him, let him see shots, and basically once he started seeing the shots, he would start letting his hands go. He started doing what he's done, John. And yeah, it was fine. But then by then, when I retired on 230. Basically, I had to buy back into my property, which is my flat that was owned by Bill Eisman still. To buy back into it, I needed 80 grand. So my 230 went down to 60 grand. So I had to sell my Rolex watch. I had to go working back in the city. And basically, slowly but surely, I've then moved into PTing, training the West Ham Boys Club. I had a bit to do with Louis Lynn for a while, and then I've been training Jordan Flynn. So yeah, it's been really good. I pulled in to train O'Hara Davis. They're getting ready for the Golden Contract final. I did that. We won that Golden Contract. But basically, I'm not in a rush to become a trainer. I'm 36. I'm taking my time. I think in the next 4 or 5 years, I'll have a strong squad.
You've been there, you've seen it, you've done it. And Kev, do you know what it is? I have a gripe with you. For someone with such a great boxing brain, the only people that nowadays get to see it are people in gyms with you, like young Umar Khan was around you, you're having words in his ear.
I was helping him out, yeah.
You're helping him out. Some of these young kids, it's invaluable experience. Dude, you were there, world title, twice, fight. You've been to the top.
Yeah.
You've seen the highs, you've seen the good side of boxing, you've seen the downside, what could go wrong.
I've seen all the bullshit, I've seen all the blagging, I've seen all the lies, I've seen all the fucking con men, I've seen all the people taking advantage of young kids, I've seen everything. And the best thing what I want to do now as a coach is come back into the sport to look after kids. Like you see from me, that my next fighters that we managed by decent managers, not people that take the piss out to fight the kids. I love so. Well, I was at the time. I was Anthony Josh. I was looking in at my son. Basically, I was managing in time AJ or Darren Barker. They all manage my fighters. Good people, good-hearted people. People that ain't going to rip them off and take 25% of the purse. I'll make sure that my managers only take 10%. That's a big cut of the cake. I'll look after my fighters. I'll make sure they're fit. I'll make sure they're prepared. I'll never let them go out there with no stone unturned, if you get me. I'll make sure they're always prepared and they're always ready, mentally, physically, and I'll make sure they're always getting paid the right money.
Some big fights on the horizon. Billy Joe, Canelo. It may be on, it may be off. We don't quite know because there seems to be...
They're just trying to pull the tricks out. They're trying to put Billy in a small ring. I spoke to Mark about a week ago. I mean, Billy was spending worse notes last week. I've just sent Billy a text today. Listen, this Canelo is tough, right? But I've been around a lot of great fighters in my life, and Billy Joe's probably the best kid I've ever been in the gym with. I've been in the gym with AJ. I've been in with them all. Darren Barker, Spencer Olivers, Kawasakis. His boxing brain is next to none. He's a great finger. If he throws 2 punch combinations and gets straight onto his defence and only throws 2 punch combinations, single punches, 2 punches, keeps to defence, that lowers down. Lowers down Canelo's shot to get his big shot off. So basically, that's what I've been saying to him. But Billy ain't stupid. You don't even have to say it to Billy. Billy knows not to throw no more than 2 punch combinations at him. If you throw 2 punch combinations straight on his defence. I'm not being funny. Billy's good enough to be able to do that. Don't get me wrong. They're trying to put him in a small ring so he can't run. But I'm pretty sure they're going to get this sorted out.
How do you see the fight going?
What I want to now
He's a beast, I love Billy Joe, but Canelo is a beast. It's a hard slog to avoid him for that period of time. If anyone can, Billy can.
Yeah, if Billy can, anyone can, Billy can. Yeah, no, I don't mean worse. No, there's every right though. Canelo's been lucky a few times. Triple G, the first fight, beat him 100%. Triple G's really, he only lost to Mayweather, but he realised the other night, but he lost to Triple G, and there's the other kid that I thought would beat him as well. Like, he's been beaten because he's signed that contract with his own mate. They don't want him beaten.
Yes, it's like you mentioned earlier. It's a dirty business at the best of times. Boxing has its.
It's full of the game's full of for sharks, mate.
Yeah.
And I think if anyone can beat him, Billy Joe can beat him. And they're already now they're trying to make it hard for Billy Joe. Like I hear they're not letting his family come over, his cutsman. They're trying to make it hard work. Then they're trying to. I've heard today I watched Mark Tibbs speak on the phone for half hour on one of these calls, and it said that they're trying to put him in a small ring. But to be fair, Billy Joe doesn't need money. I know Billy Joe very well. He's got money. His family have got money. He's in property development. He don't need money. So for him, he won't do this unless it suits him. So, and he wants this fight for the fans. He wants this fight for the travelling people. He wants this fight for the boxing fans. The East London sort of. He wants it for the proper hardcore boxing fans. He don't need the money, mate. Billy Joe buys 5 or 6 acres of land and build properties. He doesn't need money, Bill. He does this because he wants to do it. So he doesn't need. He ain't guaranteed. Like, it wouldn't be like me going to this fight. If I was fighting him, going to this fight, I'll be fighting him because I need the money. Billy Joe doesn't need the money. He's safe. His kids are safe. His family are safe. But it's got to be right and it's got to be on his terms.
It reminds me of when Fury went over to, was it Dusseldorf and Klitschko, and there was all that debacle about the ring back there again. It obviously makes a difference.
They put the sponging on the floor,
yeah.
and then they took away and take it off. All them, when I boxed in Russia when I was 15, they had sponge floor to take out on your legs. And if you ain't trained on that floor and it's hard on your legs, it kills you.
It's
But
like
if you have trained on the front,
it's like playing football on a pitch that you're not used to. You're slipping and sliding all over the place and losing your
of course,
footing.
yes, exactly that. So basically, along the lines is Billy Joe has to have it right for his team. I'm pretty sure MTK, the governor of MTK, he don't mess around. He'll get it sorted and he'll get dealt with. But let's all get back behind Billy Joe. He's a good man, Billy. I've known Billy since we've been kids. When he first turned pro with Jimmy and Mark, I was with Jimmy and Mark. Since he was a young kid, he's a lovely man, mate.
Last one for you before I leave you. Your old pal, Linares. He's got a fight coming up against Haney.
Yep.
Good man, Linares.
Yeah.
Up and coming Haney. How do you see that going down?
I tweeted Linares. I'm very good with boxing. I know boxing brains and that. And like I said to him, if you fight Devin Haney, you've got to give him loads of fast footwork and loads of fast angles. And same again, don't throw them 1 or 2 punch combinations because if that Devin Haney gets his shots off, he's not Linares out. If Linares only throws 2 punch combinations, drops off at angles, fast feet with defensive movement, yeah, again, he's safer. But I see him getting stopped, to be honest with you. I see him getting stopped.
Kev, there's a lot of boxers that watch our videos. If there's any boxers out there, where could you be training them at the moment that they can contact you to say? Because I'll be honest, you're one of the best boxing brains in the country. That they turn around and say, Kevin, have a look. A lot of people have been inactive, maybe changing who they're training with. Where can they contact you for you to have a look at them?
They can contact me. I'm in the gym in Paddington. It's called Bark. It's called K9 Boxing. It's under a company called Bark. It's the gym that I use there. My mate Carfella's there. I brought Jason Atherton, the chef, in. He's going to be doing the food there for me. So I'll be doing a food prep to the city, basically, under Jason Atherton. That's what we're looking on doing. And it'll be a private members club. But my mate Kai, basically, what he wants to do is have a gym in the West End, but basically all pros can use it. So, yeah, you can come to their K9 Boxing. It's in Paddington.
Lovely. Well, Kevin, I hope to see a lot more of you on interviews. It's obviously been a pleasure tonight for me and all the viewers.
Thank you very much, man. Yeah, thank you very much.
Very, very good day. Thank you very much, buddy.
Cheers, bud. Take care. All right.